That was the sound of impending death, back in the year 1998. Hello boys and girls, I'm Mosey Designer, and today I'm going to be doing something a little different. Today I'm going to be doing a level design breakdown of DM Crossfire from Half-Life Deathmatch. Yes, I know Half-Life Deathmatch is not the latest gaming craze that people are talking about or making headlines in the streaming video community, but for me personally, it is my initial experience with multiplayer gaming back when I was in high school. So I just kind of dated myself here, but moving on. Back in the day, the one game that got the attention of my friends was Half-Life. The single player of Half-Life was amazing and still holds up to this day. What had me and my friends staying up all night at LAN parties was Half-Life Deathmatch. We enjoyed all the maps, but for the most part we spent our time fragging each other on the map Crossfire. So what made Crossfire awesome? By today's standards, it's a simple map with simple visuals. But in my opinion, the simplicity of the layout is what makes the map awesome and allows it to still be fun after all these years. Let's take a tour of DM Crossfire and discuss the layout and item placements of the level. So the first weapon players get when they spawn in is a pistol, which has 17 bullets per clip. The primary fire is a single shot, the secondary fire fires 2 bullets in a row. It's not really a high damage output weapon, but it does give players an initial chance to fight back in combat when they spawn or respawn into the map. Along with the pistol, players also have the iconic Half-Life crowbar as a starting weapon. If you ever run out of ammo, or just want to go on a melee rampage, the crowbar is your friend. Only downside is you really have to get up close and personal with an enemy player to deal some damage. In the center of the map is a rocket launcher. This is a classic example of risk versus reward. Everyone can see you getting the rocket launcher, but if you manage to pick it up, you gain the upper hand in a firefight. The unique thing about the rocket launcher here is that it has a red dot sight. This allows players to guide the path of the rocket to a given location or enemy player. Continuing on with the theme of risk and reward, on the lower level of the map are 2 dead-end rooms. The first room has an armored charge station and a boost mobility pack. The armored charge station is very loud, so it gives away your position, but if you manage to charge up, you will last longer in a firefight. The boost mobility pack allows players to leap across the map by combining crouching and jumping. This mobility perk is temporary but very useful in combat. On the lower level, near the generator prop, is an MP5 pickup. The MP5 has a high rate of fire and deals a decent amount of damage to other players. The second dead-end room on the lower level contains the glue-on gun, armored charge station, and another boost mobility pickup. The glue-on gun fires a blue energy beam and pretty much instantly kills enemy players on contact. Thus, being in a dead-end room adds to the risk-reward to getting this power weapon. In the far corner of the second level of the map, players can find the 6-shooter revolver. The revolver has a slow rate of fire, but deals a lot of damage. With a secondary fire, players can temporarily zoom in to get the perfect shot against another player. In the center building, players can find satchel charges. Satchel charges are great for setting explosive traps upon unsuspecting players. Be careful though, don't blow yourself up. Moving on to the top floor of the center building, players can find another MP5 pickup along with grenades. The grenades are a secondary fire of the MP5. The top floor of the center building is a strong power position in the level, as players can pretty much see the entire gameplay space and attack players from almost any angle. Along with the MP5 and grenades, players can find snark pickups at this location. Snarks are annoying little buggers from the alien world of Zen. When thrown, they run around and attack nearby players. In this case, since I'm the only player in the level, they're trying their best to get to me. Moving on to another building in Crossfire, players can find 2 rooms. The first room on the left has a Hive Hand launcher. Another alien weapon, the Hive Hand has 8 shots. Using the secondary fire can rapidly fire the 8 shots. Over time, the Hive Hand reloads to a total of 8 shots after it is empty. The other room across from the Hive Hand has 2 health pickups and a shotgun. The shotgun has a very tight spread and is very effective at close range. Using the secondary fire, the shotgun can fire 2 rounds at once for increased spread and damage. Taking the elevator up to the next floor gives players access to the crossbow on the balcony. This balcony provides an ideal vantage point for players. The primary fire of the crossbow is an explosive dart. With a secondary fire, players can zoom in and effectively snipe other players. Near the crossbow, players can find the Gauss rifle. The Gauss rifle shoots a beam of energy at a high rate. With secondary fire, players can charge up the Gauss rifle and shoot the beam through walls. If used correctly, one can predict enemy movement and get a kill before the other player sees the origin of the shot. However, if the Gauss rifle is overcharged, it will damage you, so try not to do that. Just in case you do damage yourself, there are armor pickups nearby and a health station. Much like the armor charge station, the health station makes quite a bit of noise and can alert players to your location. If you need to heal up more than what the health station can provide, there's a path along the back side of the level that leads to another room with more armor and another health station. This back path is one of the few ways of how the level is interconnected between the two buildings on the uppermost level. It quickly allows players to get from one side of the map to the other without traversing through the high traffic areas in the center of the map. This path also allows players to run a loop between two health stations to maintain their health and armor during combat. Along with the upper path on the back side of the map, there's a lower path which connects the two sides of the level. Both the upper and lower path lead players towards the bunker, which I'll discuss in more detail soon. Taking this lower path allows players to loop back towards the center of the level. As players loop back, they can find a side room which has a direct line of sight to the bunker and another glue-on gun pickup. From this side room, players can access a nearby elevator which will take them up to the top floor of the current building. Now that I've covered the core layout of the map and most of the item pickup locations, I'm going to do a run through of the level to show it is all interconnected. So far, I've discussed most of the core areas of the map, but one area I still need to talk about is the bunker, the infamous bunker of Crossfire. The bunker is one large risk-reward section of the level. Upon entering the bunker, the player can see 4 health stations. As ideal as this is to get a health boost, the player has their back towards the entrance of the bunker and most likely will get shot in the back. Further into the bunker, there are 2 resupply rooms with plenty of ammo. As awesome as this is, it presents a challenge of getting all the ammo from a dead-end room, with one way in and one way out. At the center of it all is the big red button. Push it and the alarm goes off. At this point, all other players know that someone is in the bunker. It's up to the player who set off the alarm to defend their ground. Because if they die in a firefight, they will respawn somewhere in the map, and will have to make it back to the bunker before it closes. As long as the player is inside the bunker, they will not be hit by the nuclear airstrike. Since there is one main entrance, the players can defend their ground by setting satchel charges or throwing grenades to keep out unwanted guests. There are also 2 side drop-down entrances from the gun towers outside. but chances are most likely that opposing players will storm the front door to get in. Once the nuke is dropped, all players outside the bunker will die and respawn. This does not inflate another player's kill-death ratio. It's more of a fun gimmick, but once everyone respawns, they know that someone is in the bunker, and they have to wait for the door to open to get out. This makes it very challenging for the lone survivor to stay alive after the nuclear airstrike. Again, this bunker and most of the areas of the map really play on the idea of risk and reward. In conclusion, Crossfire is a simple map with not a very complicated layout, but in its simplicity it highlights several elements of risk versus reward. Every section of the map provides an intelligent combat option for players with given vantage point and item placements nearby. By highlighting risk and reward moments with an easy to understand layout makes Crossfire a great map to this day. If you want to, you can play Crossfire on Steam in Half-Life Deathmatch Source. Usually there is a server up with the map and active players. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video essay of level design deep dive. Right now that's the 10th name for this series. I'll take suggestions for a better name in the comments below if you have any. Also let me know what you liked and disliked about this video so that I can improve for the next video for a different level. As always, thanks for your support. Be sure to like and subscribe. Just plugging it once more that I have a Patreon page. Feel free to support the content like this directly if you enjoy it. Link available below. Till next time, cheers.